Willpower is the key to success. Successful people strive no matter what they feel by applying their will to overcome apathy, doubt, or fear. Dan Millman. And Dan is right. You continue to push ahead. You overcome apathy, you overcome doubt, you overcome fear because you strive and push ahead no matter what. And that is what you have to do, my friends, every day. 10 to 15 minutes is all we ask. Stick with this. You can learn how to read charts. Just look at how simple it can be with weekly vertical crossovers, finding jumping in points, riding those trends. We are not forecasters. We are not hopers. We are not dreamers. We are active. We believe, we push forward, and we see the results. I want you to practice trade with us every day. Follow these 4 ETFs. You can apply what we teach to other stocks and ETFs that you're interested in. We trend follow. Price percent oscillator, derivative oscillator, Bollinger Bands, Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, teachings on all those things. And for you who are subscribers for free at chartingwealth.com, second in our series on mastering options, the Charting Wealth Way, we have for you understanding option pricing. Number 2 in a 3-part series. The last part of the series will come out tomorrow to wrap it all up, how to practice trade options. So go sign up. You have to be signed up in order to get it. It'll be in your show notes. Now let's jump into these charts. We see stocks and bonds up for the day, gold down. What do we see going on? Price percent oscillator, first day of the latest 5-day candle, continuing to head up. We've hit what is a higher high, both in the candlestick body and the wick on top. Derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum. Of course, our weekly vertical crossover still in effect. We're going to redraw our trend line, still connecting 3 candles going up. We go to the 2-day chart, and this is the latest 2-day candle. It has reached a higher high. Candle body is right at where it was on the prior up candle from back on the 19th. Price is right there at the 2-day trend line. And as far as the price percent oscillator goes, it's going up. Derivative oscillators continuing to lose downward momentum. So we're paying attention to that. 4-hour chart, of course, things had been going down, popped over, still hasn't crossed over going up. So that might mean there's more room for continued up movement. Let's just keep watching. Remember, 2-day is still decent. Weekly is quite strong. All things being equal, the market tends to move in the direction of the largest chart. What about the Qs? It is still rocketing up for the day, 1.18%. And we will try to redraw this line with that last week in the box, connecting 3 candles. Price percent oscillators ticking up a little higher. First day of the latest 2-day candle, higher high, both on the wick and the candle body. Derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum. So looking quite nice on the Qs. 2-day chart. Now this is interesting. 2-day chart again is right where it was back on the 19th. Like the S&P, we see a green spinning top means some indecision since you have a down wick on that one. Indecision tending up, but again, somewhat disconcerting. Derivative oscillator losing momentum, losing upward momentum, well, losing momentum. And we see that the price percent oscillator is moving up just a little bit more than it previously was heading down. We look at that 4-hour chart. It still hasn't crossed either. Remember, we had those 2 days of down movement and then a day of sideways slide on Friday, up in the morning, up further in the afternoon. So we'll continue to keep our eye on the Qs, and we'll see how things continue to move going into the holiday and then on into the Christmas season. Let's look at bonds, up 0.29%. Going into what looks like a second week of up movement. Derivative oscillator losing downward momentum. Price percent oscillator still barely headed down, but still down. We go to the 2-day chart. What do we see there? 2 days, we see 4. That's 8 days of up movement. Now, of course, we had that crossover back on the 21st. So bonds are in that schizophrenic type thing where the weekly's down, the 2-day is up. What's going to happen? Don't know. We're not in any kind of bond practice trade right now because of this. waiting to see how bonds settle out. 4-hour chart continuing to move up since we had that crossover back on the 13th. Bonds have just continued up, really for the last few days, going sideways. And again, trying to reach up, but still not hitting higher highs than it did back on the afternoon of Wednesday, the 20th last week. So we'll just continue to watch bonds, see how they sort out. Lastly, my friends, we go to gold. What's up with gold? Gold down for the day, 0.48%. Look at that weekly chart continuing to stroke down on gold. Derivative oscillator gaining downward momentum. Red candle forming, still hasn't reached the low that it did back on the week ending the 15th of November. So price is well below the weekly trend line. Go to the 2-day chart. What do we see there? We see that the latest 2-day candle is a red down candle, still not hitting the lows we saw back on the 13th, representing the 12th and 13th of November. So we do see that the price percent oscillator has started moving over down stronger. The derivative oscillator is about flat, almost, I think it is flat. So again, we are primed for more down movement. Of course, what did we see happen? We saw a crossover going down in the morning. There was a jumping in point for a down move in the afternoon. We talked with you about that throughout the week last week. Hopefully you were paying attention and that you pulled the trigger on a practice trade going down on gold. Since your 2-day and your weekly are primed for more down movement, I hope that you are practice trading that. We'll continue to see how that works out as the week goes forward. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day on Monday. Shortened trading week due to the Thanksgiving holiday in the States. Hope that you guys are all looking forward to a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and friends. Don't forget, understanding option pricing, the special training attached to the show notes of everyone who subscribes at chartingwealth.com. We always love to hear from you. We've got the wrap up to this training tomorrow, the most important one. That is how to practice trade options. If you've not gone ahead and signed up for and are already a free subscriber to chartingwealth.com, to our daily reviews and once a week, weekly review and forecast, you need to get on it, friends. You'll still be in time for the final training, and we'll update everybody later on with those 2 prior trainings too. We're not going to let you miss out on everything. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters. Buy the book, see the link in the show notes. We love you guys.